Now let us do some more post-reading work of the story The Cop and the Ensign. Plot twist. The term plot twist means a change or twist in the direction or expected outcome of the plot of fictional work. This unexpected conclusion or climax often contains irony. It is a common practice in narration used to keep the interest of an audience, usually surprising them in a revelation. Some twists are foreshadowed and can thus be predicted by many readers, whereas others are a complete shock. O. Henry stories are famous for their surprise endings, to the point that such an ending is often referred to as an O. Henry ending. A twist of plot which turns on an ironic or coincidental circumstance is typical of O. Henry's stories. So, was the outcome of the plot of the story absolutely unexpected? Did you anticipate what might happen at the end of the story? Setting. Setting serves a variety of purposes in the text. One of the main purposes of it is creating credibility of the plot. Setting involves time and place, tells us where and when the story takes place. It provides a background, a place for the characters to live. The setting may place the character in a recognizable, realistic environment. Also, setting may include geographical names and allusions to historical events. The short story usually covers a short time span, a few hours or one day. To determine where a story is set, if it is not stated, you can use hints, such as details of landscape, local customs, dialect is speech patterns of a certain region. It is unusual to have several settings in a short story because of its limited length. A good setting helps to make the story real and believable. Setting can include locale, season, present, past, future, time of day, weather, and so on. Can you find clues to determine what time the story The Cop and the Ensign is set in? These clues can include details such as style of clothing or the way a character speaks, and so on. So where does the action take place in The Cop and the Ensign? How is it described? What is the function of the setting? Does the setting in the story support the theme? If so, how? Character. The number of characters in a short story is usually limited. There may be only one main character, protagonist. We usually meet this character at a crucial point in his life. Because short stories are short, there is no time to fully develop the character, so we may only come to know only one or a few of his or her qualities. And because short stories are short, nothing is wasted in them. No character or detail of plot is there without a reason. Even minor characters are there for definite reasons. Perhaps the writer uses them to highlight the main character's personality, to introduce complications to the plot, or to explain events the narrator could not see. Is the main character suggested through a description of setting? Is the character suggested through actions? How is the protagonist suggested? By a description of physical appearance? Are there any minor characters in the story? What function do they have? O. Henry presents two main character types, the homeless and the policeman. Find and examine the passages describing them. How does the writer portray Soapy and different policemen? And finally try to deal with the questions. When Soapy deserved being caught by the police for what he had done, he escaped from the arrest unexpectedly. Yet, when he did nothing and had just had good resolutions, he was suddenly under arrest. What does the author want to communicate to his readers through this ironic point? What feelings were stirred up in Soapy when he heard the anthem? Do you think he was religious?